Hello and welcome to Nebula Insurance Learning Center tutorial on Medicare. My name is Brian and I retired from the United States Navy in 2008 after 24 years of proud service. I became a teacher and a part-time insurance salesperson for the last 8 years, and I love helping people, especially the seniors. See, I have a big family. I have 8 aunts, all over 65 years old. So I am very close to the subject of Medicare. If you want to know more about me, you can visit my Google page. Now, this service is provided by America Senior Savings and Nebula Insurance, which are sister companies, with the purpose to educate senior population on all things Medicare. Do you know that over 700,000 seniors pay late penalties because they didn't know the fine print of Medicare? And many seniors right now are overpaying on their medical health plans in the millions. That is why websites like Nebula Insurance Learning Centers, America Senior Savings are important to disseminate the information. However, if you go to Google and type, "What is Medicare?" you're going to get 65 million responses, and many with a different twist in their answer. Here, we only use the information from reputable sources. Stop going through 20 pages and 20 YouTube videos. It is confusing. Now, on the last slide of every one of our tutorials, we list those reputable sources where we use the information to make this tutorial. Now, all of our tutorials are going to be presented in PowerPoint, and you can come back as often as you want to look at them. In each slide, I will be making some highlights of information that I want you to remember, but I'm not going to read the whole slide because otherwise you're going to be watching this for hours, and really I can't really upload a video that's longer than 15 minutes. As always, you're welcome to go to our forum. The link is right there on the bottom. I designed a section on that forum that's called tutorials. And you can make your comments such as what you liked, what you disliked, how to improve the tutorials, any new topics you want us to create. All comments are welcome. You can post your questions and answers and get your answers right there too. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so enrollment periods. The important thing that I want you to remember during this tutorial are these 3 enrollment periods, because you're just starting into Medicare. There's the initial period, the general enrollment period, and the special enrollment period. Now, a special note here. If you do not have your Medicare and You 2016 manual, I want to ask you to please download it. I have the link right there on the top right. Please click it, download it. I really do suggest that you read it first so you can have a basic understanding of Medicare. Then when you come to this tutorial, you're probably going to get some answers to the questions that are in your head, back in your head, that you kind of, I don't understand these, I don't understand that. So if you can do that, that'll be great. Okay, so the first enrollment is called Initial Enrollment Period, or IEP. Remember the acronyms. Okay, simply, you're eligible to enroll in this period when you turn 65. Whether you are a U.S. citizen or a lawfully present immigrant. Although there are rules to that too. Basically, you must have continuously reside for 5 years in the United States to qualify for federal benefits, which Medicare is one of them. Now, do you see a link that I put there? You can just click on that and learn more about those rules. When does it start? When does it end? It starts 3 months before your birthday It continues through your birth month and ends 3 months later. So basically, it's a 7 month initial enrollment. So once you're enrolled, when does your coverage start? When you enroll within those 7 months, whether it's automatic or not, and we will talk about this in another tutorial, your coverage begins on the first of your birth month, unless your birthday falls on the first of the month. Then it goes back to the first of the month of the prior month. There's a question here, what if I forgot to sign up and 4 months went by after my birth month, which means it's outside the initial enrollment period. And I put, don't worry, if you're eligible for premium free Part A. And of course, we're not touching Part A right now. We're going to touch that on a different tutorial. We're just moving a little bit ahead to answer that question. But basically, if you are eligible for free premium Part A, you can sign up anytime, and Medicare will start giving you benefits retroactive 6 months. But that is only for Part A. And that is only if you're eligible for free Part A. Okay, the next enrollment is General Enrollment Period, or you guessed it, GEP. When does it start? Simple. From January 1st and ends on March 31st. Who is it for? It's for those that missed the initial enrollment. Remember, this is every year, which means you can delay as long as you want to and enroll during this period anywhere you want to. But beware that you may be penalized. Now, what I want you to remember of this slide here is that your coverage does not start until July 1st. This next period is called the Special Enrollment Period, or SEP. It's exactly what the name says, special. That means a special event or condition must have occurred for you or anyone to qualify to enroll into this period. So these are not defined periods, and there is this case right here, a special event, when someone that's over 65, but it keeps working and is covered by its employer. Then in that case, when the employment ends or the health coverage ends, the SEP period begins on that month and ends 8 months later. But then again, this is just for special event. This one here is called the Annual Election Period, and you're going to deal with this period after you've been enrolled, after you have your health plan. But then a year later, during defined enrollment dates, you're going to have a chance to make some changes in your health plan. But we're going to visit this later on. The open enrollment period, this is just FYI. It deals with Obamacare and the health marketplace. They are also defined periods, but so that you know that the law says that you cannot have Medicare and be enrolled in Obamacare. And that was it for the enrollment period here. Now every tutorial will have a slide like this because we want you to be informed about the government websites and places that you need to go to when it's time for enrollment, or if you have any questions, locations of your Social Security office, because as you know, you have to enroll in Medicare through Social Security. Okay, these are the reputable resources that we use for all of our information. As you can see, we don't use 20 or 10, but we use just a few of them. You have probably heard of Medicare.gov, which is the Medicare website, the Center for Medicare and Medicaid Services, and that website is the one that administers Medicare. The Healthcare Marketplace, which is the Obamacare that we just talked about. Now, the two that you may not be familiar with is MedicareRights.org and the Kaiser Permanente. Now, MedicareRights.org is a website um, which is a nonprofit consumer service organization, and basically they help people with Medicare to understand their rights and benefits, and they navigate the Medicare system, and they are the largest and most reliable independent source of Medicare information. So we're going to send you to that site a lot during our tutorials because it's a very good site. And the next last one is the Kaiser Permanente here. The Kaiser Permanente is also a non-profit organization, and what it does is focuses on major healthcare issues facing the nation, as well as a U.S. role in global health policy. It's actually known for having the most up-to-date and accurate information and health policies. So it's a very great site. Okay, so thank you very much for being in this tutorial here. We're going to be moving to part A, which is also called hospital insurance. So from American Senior Savings and Naval Insurance, I want to thank you for your time. As usual, I'll give you my phone number if you need to get any calls, if you needed to make any calls, my email address, and please always visit our forums for any questions or answers. Thank you and have a great and wonderful day. Goodbye.